Yeah, so what's on your mind today?
I'm basically want to know about what's different between discrimination and restricted access.
I didn't catch
Yeah.
that. Can you please repeat it?
Can you define discrimination? Yeah,
Can I define what?
discrimination
Discrimination and
and not
discrimination.
allowing access. Yeah, discrimination.
Sorry, unable to get you with that
He's
second
Yeah,
asking,
term.
can you describe and
when you say that,
he's asking to describe what discrimination is.
yeah,
Oh,
when you say
discrimination means
discrimination, yeah,
you're treating someone unfavorably, unjustly. For
yeah.
example, if you and your brother, you know, were one, if your dad gave one of them, I don't know, 1,000 rupees, and the other one he only gave 500 rupees, uh, then that would be discrimination. Okay, because
So,
you're not treating them fairly or equally in this case. This is just a rough example, but you understand what I mean. In the case of, for example, like Brother Global Heritage here, he mentioned how his family suffered discrimination from the upper caste. They were not given access to temples, to schools and education, not given access to jobs, for example, because and purely because of their caste. Now that is clearly unjust and discrimination. Do you agree?
yes, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I was thinking like, yeah, so I am a non-Muslim. Should I? So I am discriminated in Mecca. I am not allowed in Mecca. So that discrimination?
Sorry, if the non-Muslims are not given entry to Mecca.
Yeah, is that
Yeah.
discrimination?
By the way, there are a lot of non-Muslims who actually go to Mecca and Medina now, but they're not
Yeah, but
given
the
entry
signboard
into
says I
the.
see.
If you let me
The
finish, I'm
sign.
answering your question.
Okay. That's
Okay.
that. Yeah. Okay. So
So I haven't finished yet. Let me finish. You
yeah,
ask if it is discriminatory to not allow non-Muslims into
yeah,
Mecca and
yeah,
Medina. Am I right? That was your question.
yeah.
Okay, the Saudi government are actually allowing non-Muslims in Medina. About Makkah, I think there's still difference of opinion there, but I've seen many videos where they would actually be in Makkah. So
Okay. And
it's clear that they're allowing, but the thing is they're not allowed inside the Haramain, means inside the actual sanctuary or the mosque, if you want to call it, to make it simple, because not because they are just non-Muslims, but because of there's a lot of rules about purity, ritual cleansing, which many of the non-Muslims actually do not adhere to because not part of the religion. Okay, so it's not that they're not allowed there. A lot of a lot of non-Muslims work in Saudi Arabia.
So
Yeah.
you talked about you. So you mentioned the word purity, right? Purity.
Sorry, your audio is so low, man. I can barely hear you.
Yeah. So you talked about the word called purity and something like that. Yeah.
Can you guys hear it? Because I
purity,
can't.
Yeah.
spiritual purity. Talking about spiritual purity.
No, no,
Example,
I'm talking
Yeah.
about
example.
the
Uh,
physical purity here in particular, because the thing is, one of the conditions of entering the masjid is obviously you need to be pure. So even if it was a even if it was a Muslim and he was physically impure, okay, then this is something that if people saw the impurity, they wouldn't allow him there. Okay, they will say cleanse
correct.
yourself and then come back. But this is one of the conditions for the prayer as well. For the Muslims to pray, they have to perform wudu, or ritual cleansing. It's called ablution, and
Yeah.
this is something which is required for all Muslims. So
And
So
what you're
actually,
saying about this, by the way, what exactly is discrimination? For example, if the Hindus, didn't want to allow somebody like a lower caste who is also a Hindu into that temple, would that be discrimination?
so till date, there
uh,
are temples all around the country where the lower caste people are abstained from even entering the steps of the temples.
Hmm.
Yes,
I'm
even
not even
Muslims are not allowed sometimes. In
yeah.
Tirupati and
Yeah.
Kashi
So
Vishwanath, they
this
are not,
this
even
is
Muslims are not
one
allowed.
Hindu
Yeah.
against another Hindu. It's not like
Yeah.
Hindus are not allowing Muslims to enter the temples, but they're not allowing other Hindus to enter the temple, mainly because of the caste or the family they're born in. I mean, this
Yeah.
is injustice in humanity itself. let
If
alone
they
in
are not even allowing Muslims to enter, why are they seeking entrance to Mecca and Medina? If they are not allowing in their own temple.
Okay, so anyway, Juga,
So-
I hope we answered your question. Is there anything else you want to discuss?
So you apply one rules for yourself and apply other rules for Hindus, right?
I think we already answered the question. If that's your view
No,
and
you
that's what
have
you
not.
got
You
from
are,
this
yeah,
discussion,
that,
then
you are
I'm
escaping.
sorry,
You are
you'll have
escaping.
to you
Okay, you are
misunderstood
escaping.
our point.
You are escaping. Yeah. You told that you have rules for some access, right? You have some norms to enter that Mecca, right?
Why do you okay? What is the purpose
Yeah.
of a mosque? Do you know?
You are locked.
Juga, wait. What is the purpose of a mosque?
I asked that what is
I'm
discrimination?
asking you a simple
So,
question. What
you
is the
told
purpose
that
of a
you have
masjid,
some
of
access.
a mosque?
Don't change the topic.
I'm not, it's the same topic. You said not to enter
Change
into
the
Makkah
topic.
and Medina. I said they're allowed to enter. For example, there are lots of people who actually work in Saudi Arabia who are non-Muslims, but they're not allowed inside the sanctuary, which is the mosque. Do you understand now? The non-Muslims are not permitted inside the mosque. What is the purpose of the mosque? The purpose of the mosque is to worship Allah. Why would a non-Muslim go inside a mosque?
Same
They're
in
not
some
going to
Hindus.
worship Allah, are they?
Okay, same Hindus are
But in the case of the Hindus, the other Hindus want to worship in the temple, but they're not permitted entry because they are of the lower caste. Do you see the
I'll tell you one
difference
example.
now?
Yeah, one example. There is a
Huh?
woman temple in Kerala. There is a woman temple in Kerala where
A
men
woman
are
temple in Kerala? Why
women
would they have
women
just
temple in Kerala.
a temple for just women?
Oh yeah, women temple in Kerala. That is, I can say that. That
What
name
is that
is
going to do with the point we are discussing? Nothing.
the definition of discrimination. So
No,
in
no.
that women
I
temple,
asked you what is the
men are
purpose
not
of a mosque. You
it
still
is
haven't answered the question.
you
What is
are
the
telling
purpose of
that
a mosque?
only. Yeah. I'm coming to that. In women temple, men are not allowed. Is this discrimination?
Yeah, but who
Hold on,
In
brother.
women
created
temple in
Brother,
women's
I'll,
Kerala,
temple only? Does
yeah.
the
brother,
Vedas
I'll
or the
just give you.
Puranas or the
Yeah,
Itihas say you have to have a temple only dedicated to women?
I'm not bringing any Vedas here, anything.
So he is
I am
trying to
asking
justify that
questions
there are
and
some customs and traditions and rules and regulations which are followed in a particular place of worship. For example, he's mentioning this women temple in Kerala where only women are allowed. So he's saying that
Yeah.
this is not
Is there
discrimination, but a
discrimination?
part of rule.
Global Heritage can tell, when you attack some people, please know the whole culture. I respect Mecca
Juge,
because you have set up
Juge,
rules.
Juge, let me.
Yeah.
Juge, let me make it very simple. Let me make it very simple. As you have given the example of Kerala, as you have given the example of Kerala, even in the masjids in India, Hindus can visit. Even in my masjid, I see few Hindu come and visit and talk to the Maulvi and talk to us. So it's permissible. But only we are talking when we are talking specifically about the Saudi Arabia, Makkah and Medina, there are certain some rules. Example, if you go to United States, you require just
I'm not
hold on,
talking
hold on, hold
all
on,
about
hold
that.
on.
Answering your question.
I'm
You
Okay,
need to
okay,
listen.
okay, 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 okay. Please listen. Please listen to me.
Yeah, carry on, Sam. Carry
So
on.
when you go to America, you just do you just need to just book the airplane ticket and you just go? No, you require visa, and you need some authorities to sanction your visas and all. So for going Makkah and Medina, if you want to visit, you need some requirement, a certification. That certification is Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah. You need to become Muslim. If you want to visit any other sacred place like the mosque, you can visit anywhere. But specifically, if you want to go to Saudi Arabia, there are some rules. The Saudi government has made some rule, and it's in the law of Islam, Sharia, that you need a passport, a certificate, which makes you a Muslim. Then only you are permitted to allow. This is not called a discrimination. But when you come to the scriptures of Hinduism, you find n number of descriptions in your society, in your culture, in your tradition, in your scriptures. Like if you read Agni Purana, chapter number 151, verse number 14 to 18, it says about Chandala. Chandala should live outside the village. Chandalas being a Hindu, he should live outside the village, not in the society. Wear the clothes of the dead people. He is not allowed to wear the good clothes or the new clothes or his own clothes. He is allowed only to wear the clothes of the dead people, and it should not touch by any other person. Like Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, they cannot be touched by any other people. So this is pure discrimination in your society, culture, and your religion. And what you're talking about Islam, it's not
say to
it's
that,
not discrimination.
They're not even allowed to read. If I'm right, they're not even allowed to read the Vedas. Am I right?
Right, exactly.
So you see, the discrimination in Hinduism is from your scriptures itself, okay, and it's prevalent everywhere. In reading the scriptures, in entering the temples, in even entering the localities where these upper castes live. All of this is in your scriptures.
Did I quote any scriptures? No.
Unable
Did I
to hear
quote
you,
any-
brother.
Did I quote any scriptures? No.
We can't hear you. Your audio is really bad now.
Yeah, okay. Did I haven't quoted any scriptures? Okay.
No,
So
man.
if you want
Have
to
you?
be, you need to be pure. But
Say again?
same Chandala, yeah, okay. I will tell one example. During Corona, if anybody has the man who deals with cops in every civilization was kept away from civil society for good. Like he may transfer that person's disease. It happens. It
Unable to
happened.
get you, brother. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, your audio is bad. I'll tell you what, to be honest, you're not discussing religion, you're discussing what everything else, the laws in secularism and so on.
Yeah.
We gave you scriptures, you're bringing nothing from the scriptures, as we would expect from most Hindus nowadays, unfortunately. At least discuss it based on the scriptures.
Yeah.
Where in your scriptures, how are you going to justify this unfair treatment and discrimination of the lower caste? They are also
No.
Hindus. They are not someone who is outside Hinduism. They are Hindus, but you discriminate them because of the caste, and this is what we are trying to say is
You
something which
discriminate
is
you
unjust.
because of non-Muslim. You
Say
discriminate
again?
because of you discriminate because of non-Muslim. You are not allowing them to Mecca. What is this?
Okay,
You're discriminating your own brothers. What
Anyway,
about that?
goodbye, Jorgen. You're just repeating yourself. We have already answered this question.